Iran has been waiting for this like manna from heaven. And it looks like it's already arrived. Here's a photo of an An-124 at Tehran's Merkhabad Airport. But about that right after we list the most interesting events that happened in our country during the week. So, petrochemical plant UFA Org Synthesis started production of high-octane component for automobile gasoline. The new component increases the octane number of automotive gasoline and improves fuel quality characteristics. Thus, the engine has optimum performance and maximum efficiency due to complete and uniform combustion. 10 group specialists have created an industrial exoskeleton, which has one of the highest load-carrying capacities among all such developments in Russia. Employees will be able to lift, carry and hold objects weighing up to 60 pounds. Exoskeletons can be used in enterprises where it is impossible to completely abandon manual production, for example, in industrial plants, as well as in construction and repair services and machinery for moving heavy shafts and units. Concern Radio-Electronic Technologies has developed and is mastering the production of modern electric motors for unmanned aerial vehicles. CRET electric motors, unlike their foreign counterparts, are lighter in weight with higher efficiency, which makes it possible to install more additional equipment on the drone. The first prototype batch is already undergoing factory tests. The products are manufactured entirely from domestic components. Production of Russian high-performance open-yard servers was launched in Ryazansky Industrial Park. The equipment will go to all regions of the country. Once the capacities are fine-tuned, open-yard equipment will compete with the largest Russian server manufacturer Kernel and, presumably, will soon occupy 10% of the market. Metaloinvest's Lebedynsky Mining and Processing Plant started construction of a concentrate flotation enrichment building. This technology allows for the most efficient extraction of iron from the ore, while increasing its content in the concentrate. Flotation concentrate is a superconcentrate, a high-quality raw material for the production of sinter, premium pellets and direct reduced iron. KMZ Military Industrial Holding Company fulfilled an order from Rosenergodom to carry out work to ensure the reliability of backup power supply to Russian NPPs. It is about components to ensure the operation of diesel power plants, which are responsible for cooling the reactors in case of an emergency situation at a nuclear power plant. Yaroslavl Motor Plant Avtodiesel started serial production of medium-sized inline engines YAMZ 537. Compared to the YAMZ 536 series engines, due to the increase in displacement from 6.65 liters to 7.7 liters, their maximum power increased from 330 to 360 horsepower. YAMZ 537 engines of increased size are designed for installation on agricultural machinery, heavy trucks, urban and suburban buses of large class. Smolenskaya CHPP-2 started installation of equipment for a new 130 megawatts turbine unit. A total of 2 turbine units will be installed at Smolenskaya CHPP-2. The installed electrical capacity of the plant will increase to 320 megawatts. The changes will be felt first of all by 225,000 residents of Smolensk. All new equipment of domestic production. A Soyuz 2.1V rocket launched from the Pripyatsk Cosmodrome has successfully put satellites into the target orbit in the interests of the Russian Defense Ministry. The apparatus has been accepted for control of ground facilities of Space Forces of the All-Union Space Forces. A stable telemetry link has been established and maintained with them. Its onboard systems are functioning normally. A unique multidisciplinary medical complex Belustrov opened in the Leningrad region. The high-tech clinic is capable of treating 100,000 patients a year. The area is 30 hectares. Cancer center, pediatrics, emergency room, labs and state-of-the-art equipment. Well, now back to Iran. Here's an An-124 at Tehran's Merkhabad Airport. The recent arrival of the Russian Air and Space Forces An-124 Ruslan aircraft at the capital's Merkhabad International Airport was called the Day of Dawn. Popular and diverse. News portal Atlaskhabar. So reporters report there is a serious hope that together with this flight to Tehran arrived the first Su-35 fighters from a batch of 67 machines announced by the Iranian Ministry of Defense. The Russian public can't understand such lofty sentiments. For us, the arrival of new units of equipment in the ranks of the Air Force is certainly a pleasant process, but it is quite routine. And Iran hasn't had new fighter jets due to endless embargoes for over 30 years. The latest replenishment of aircraft flying occurred when, during Operation Desert Storm, pilots from neighboring Iraq diverted 130 of their combat aircraft to save the Air Force from U.S. bombing raids. Since then, Iran has had the 29th MiGs and American fighters from the 1960s to 70s F-14 Tomcat and F-4 Phantom in service. And even though the Iranians have made impressive technological breakthroughs in missiles and drones in recent decades, things have been much more complicated with fighter jets. The latest attempt to build his own Kavsar air fighter came out as unsuccessful as the previous one. The Kavsar is merely a flying replica of the old American F-5 Tiger II fighter and went into oblivion shortly after its unveiling in August 2018. In total, the Iranians through reverse engineering have managed to create 12 F-5 replicas that don't actually fly. Attempts to buy cars on the side, even from friendly China, proved futile due to numerous primary and secondary events. Sanctions. There was only hope for Russia. The completed Egyptian lot was claimed by the Iranians after an informal mutual aid agreement in the spring of 2022. In April, a team of fighter pilots from Iran arrived in Komsomolsk-on-Amur to familiarize themselves with the machine. The airplane elicited an unequivocally positive review. But it was only in November this year that the Iranian Air Force leadership reported that the deal on Su-35 and Mi-28 helicopters was fully ready. For the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, abbreviated as IRGC. Iran's Air Force commander, Hassan Shah Safi, said he understands the situation in which Russia finds itself and will not insist on immediate fulfillment of the contract. So Tehran is counting on the Su-35 and, contrary to usual, is ready to wait and wait. In mid-January, it was reported that the first Su-35 aircraft from the very same batch, which the Egyptians refused under hard pressure from the United States, are already in Zhukovsky and even painted in accordance with customer requirements. In total, Tehran plans to buy more than 120 combat aircraft. In 2019, the Islamic Republic Air Force Command reported interest in Su-57 fighters. According to published information, Iran would like to get 2 squadrons of new Suhois with R-37M missiles. But that's clearly planned for the future. Iran has already received the most advanced fighter of the 4++ generation. His abilities are battle-tested and battle-hardened. It is currently the most prolific air fighter of the 21st century. And on February 6, 2024, he scored another win. Victory. So Iran has made a good choice, especially considering that it will receive, along with fighter jets, a line of modern aviation weapons. Tehran had problems with him too.